In this video, we'll be looking at photos and stock images. When working with imagery, there are a few things you need to consider. Choosing the right image, licensing and usage, editing and enhancing, and integrating with your design. You need to select images that align with the message and tone of your design. If this design had no text, no other elements, but just images, would a viewer feel the mood from just looking at the photo? Is this image passing a message that is any different from the message you're trying to pass? All these are important considerations. In addition to that, you cannot simply go to Google and pick up any image to use in your design. You need to make sure that you have the adequate license for using the images. Unsplash and Pixels is a very good option. And if you're using Canva, you notice that some images have a crown icon that shows that they do not have free licenses. But if you also want to have access to all the images, you can register to their pro account, and that gives you access to all the images on there. So now let's look at these three options: Unsplash, Pixels, and Canva. Starting with Unsplash, you simply go into your browser and type in unsplash.com. And once you do that, it will bring you to their homepage and you find images here. Now, these are automatically generated, but you can see here in the search photos and illustrations section, if I come in here and search for, say, a man dancing. Now, depending on what you're actually trying to design, so a man dancing, you can see here that we have images. Now, so whatever image you use from Unsplash is free to use for commercial purposes, personal and commercial projects, which is safe. So if you notice that there are some images that have, let me find one of those. Let's go back to the homepage. Images that have this cross over here, you can see on Splash Plus. Now, those ones would require a subscription, but all other images are free to use. Okay, it's not so visible on here, but you see that it has the Unsplash logo all over the image. That won't be useful for us. So let's go back to our home page again. Exactly, this is a perfect example. You can see the logo here on Splash, on Splash, on Splash. That would require a subscription, but everything else you can use. So you come in here and search for anything, woman, um, make sure that you avoid these ones and find whichever image fits into the mood of what you're trying to work on, fits into the mood of your project, fits into the mood of the design. Let's check out some illustrations here. Most of these would require a subscription, but let's stick with photos for now. We have Unsplash, like I said, and you can come in here and search for images, go around, find something that fits your project. And once you have something, you can simply click here to download this icon here. If you want to preview it, you can click on it to open it and enlarge it a little bit. And you can see here, download free. Once you click on that, it goes into your computer. You choose where to save it and you can name it, rename it, whatever the case is. In some cases, depending on the project, if it's a personal project, you can also decide to credit the author. So here you can see this is by Microsoft. If we go back, you see the names of the authors or the photographers who uploaded the images here. You can see their profiles here. You can see Microsoft Edge. You can see here. But overall, images that you find here and can download for free can be used throughout your project. Now let's also look at Pixels. Let's go quickly to Pixels, and the same way, pixels.com. So once you're in Pixels, you see the homepage again. You see some automatically generated images, and you can go in here to search again. So let's do our man dancing. Give it a few seconds to load, and you see different images that can be useful for your project. So you go in, you search. If you find an image and you want to find related images to that one, you simply click. it will show you a larger view of your image, and you can swipe down to see similar images. So you see it has a headphone on here. If you swipe down a bit, you can see headphones and similar images. You can see this, you can see similar images. So in case you don't find the exact style, you can click on one image that is similar and find similar images to that one. So this is Pixels. Pixels currently doesn't have any pro plan at the moment. So whatever image you find here, you can go in, pick them and use them for your project. And they have a lot of images. So if you check on Unsplash and you don't find what you're looking for, you can go into Pixels and do the same search. So finally, let's also check Canva. Now, like I said earlier, if you have a Canva Pro plan, whatever elements they have here, you can use for your projects without any worry of licensing issues. So if we come to, let's do the same thing and search for man dancing and go to photos. Again, you can see different images. You can see the crown icon over here. That shows that these are pro images, but if you have the pro plan, you can use them. But then also, if you do not have the pro plan, you can filter to only show free plans. So you simply go into this icon here. You can see this lever icons here. That's your filter. You can choose only static images. If you want animated results, you can click on this. You can choose free. You can see we have the pro and we have the free, and you can simply click in, right? So now we have our filters applied. You can see here, two filters applied. We selected two. And now we would only see the free images. You won't see any pro images here anymore. And so you can easily swipe through, find an image that you like. And once you find something, simply click on it, and that pops into your canvas. So these are ways for you to get images. Now, images are very, very useful in design. You need them in some designs. In some designs, you might not necessarily need an image, but in cases where you do, you have these three options. You can go to Unsplash, you can go to Pixels, and you can also go to Canva. Now, in the next video, we'll look at how to manipulate images in Photoshop. We did a bit in the introduction to Photoshop, but here we'll be looking at removing image backgrounds, some basic editings, how do we mask, how do we clip mask, and a few more things. So see you there.